Hello, everybody, and welcome to Filmworks Pro's very first live video. We are joined with
Just himself.
just myself. Ignore the other voice you can hear in this room.
Yeah, those are supposed to be just in your head.
Yes, you can't hear him. Surely you cannot hear him. Yes, so we are with the amazing Luca Pereira, who has been littered over this YouTube channel over the years.
Like how you say littered. I'm an integral piece of this channel. You would be nothing without me. And I deserve the recognition.
That's why I said to introduce the amazing Luca.
Thank you. That's better.
It's like your magician name. I'm just your psychic. I'm just here.
You're my assistant. I saw him half, but he's a real saw. It's already got off the rails.
Yes, it has. But this is a live stream, so things will go wrong. But that is to be expected. So what we're going to be doing today is, if you've been following us on Instagram, which if you're not, you should follow us on Instagram. It is Filmworks Pro, and we have been doing a countdown to Christmas. So every day on our Instagram stories, sometimes on our actual posts, we have been doing a little something. And for today's Advent calendar, 20 out of 24, we are doing a live stream. This was a great idea.
This was your idea.
This was my idea. I don't have good ideas. No one talked me out for this. But yeah, for this, we are going to be not just sitting here rambling like we're doing now. We are actually going to be answering some of your questions that you have asked us. Some of them are weird. So we're just gonna dive right in, I think, aren't we?
All right.
Let's do this. Okay. So I've put it down in order, not a particular order. This is just the order of how people send things in. But I'm going to pick
an order of increasingly concerning questions.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to pick one that's a little bit nicer. One that's not going to be like a big.
What is the meaning of life?
Question. What is the meaning of life?
Well, literally, if you see our project on Filmworks Pro,
we talk a lot about the meaning of life here on the channel. No, we don't. What am I talking about? I'm going to edit this out. I can't edit.
This out. You got, for once, he can't fix it in post.
I cannot fix it in post. One of the questions is, what is the most common thing you hear on a film set?
I think, well, we just answered that one. And in case on our sets, we will fix it on post.
We'll fix it in post.
A lot of the time, done ironically. A lot of the time, though, you actually do say a lot. Well, fix it in post.
Yeah, it's a very film student-esque thing to say.
You know,
just I'll fix it.
It's the reason I escaped this life.
I'll fix that in post. Oh, but it's live.
You're gonna hire an actor on Fiverr and just redub everything I'm saying.
And the great thing is, I'm never watching this back, so like it just doesn't.
Neither am I. The sound of my own voice.
Okay, so let's go for. I'll read a question.
All right.
I'll give you the phone, then you read a question, and we'll just pick random ones until we do all of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick a really nice and easy one.
All right.
What flavor Pringles do you prefer?
This is a very hard-hitting film question. I see.
I know. Yeah. What's your favorite Pringle film?
You know what's funny? I don't think we've ever eaten a single Pringle on a film set we've done together.
No. We've had
remove the question.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of it. We don't need Pringles.
But to answer that, I am more of a sour cream and chives man, the green Pringles. I also love the paprika Pringles. Alliteration is in there as long as the flavor. And I already stated this to you. This is just me, but I'm going to add to it. My least favorite flavor of Pringles is probably barbecue. But that's because I genuinely just hate barbecue flavored chips in general.
I don't know. I feel I'm a complete one.
You keep the barbecue on the grill, not on my chip.
No, I love the barbecue ones. I feel like that and the original are my favorite. I do like all of the Pringle flavors. I haven't found one that I've ever said I don't like.
I don't like the barbecue one. I will eat it.
But you don't like it.
I won't like it.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. Barbecue Pringles. Tasty.
You're getting a rock through your window. You get me that?
No, I feel, for me, I think Yeah, I love the barbecue ones, but I also love the originals and the salt and vinegar ones that they do.
These are hot takes right here.
I'm a very boring, generic person.
I like the sour cream. I like salt and vinegar.
I think they're all good.
My favorite flavor of ice cream is vanilla.
Yes. I mean, you saying that, it just takes me back. I remember me and James, when we had our old YouTube channel, which isn't around anymore. Thank God for that.
None of you creeps can go find it.
Me and James, we did a eating challenge. We did a couple of eating challenges.
Oh my God, did you do an OG mukbang?
Do
you not know what a mukbang is?
I'm not an internet person.
Huh?
I do not even internet. I couldn't even figure out how to get the other link on the live stream working. As well, to make a new one.
Admit that on the live stream.
No, this is, if it goes wrong, blame me.
A mukbang is a video stream of someone just eating food. It's a form of ASMR content.
Okay, well, we didn't do that. We stayed away from the mic. No, we did one with vanilla ice cream. We had a tub of vanilla ice cream. We ate it, and we felt really sick afterwards.
This sounds like an old YouTube video you'd see in like 2012 of just some kids eating ice cream and then vomiting.
It was after 2019.
Oh my God!
It was during that like break in COVID where you could actually go visit people, and we decided to do that for some reason.
Cool.
Yeah. So we also did one with a pint of milk. We got 2 pints of milk each, and whoever drank it the quickest
I feel like you're just making fun of lactose intolerant people.
I feel
you're
like
just flexing the pints of milk and ice cream you can eat in one sitting.
We did feel really sick afterwards.
It's probably because you had a pint of ice cream and milk.
We were going to do a Christmas one with like Brussels sprouts. Maybe that'll be our Christmas thing next year.
I will absolutely be all right doing a Christmas sprout mukbang.
We should do that.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Next year, if we remember, because it's a whole year away, we'll do a Brussels sprouts.
He's going to make me into his Nikado Avocado.
We're going to dress as the Vicar of different characters.
Now, Grandpa, Nikado Avocado is a famous mukbanger.
Oh. So we went on a little tangent about Pringles.
About Pringles. This is the first question, and it took us 10 minutes to answer it. And the answer was regular flavor.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Let's keep it going. Keep it going.
You get to pick the next question. Actually, I'm going to delete these just as we go, so we don't do this one again.
I will start answering the same questions if you do this. All right. So, in keeping this in an actual film related, what was your favorite film project thus far?
I mean, obviously, I think my favorite one at the moment that we've ever worked on is Dark Melodies. I'm going to go into a bit of a tangent here about why.
Shirley's promoting.
What's our film? No, I think for me it's because it's the first time we've like had a bit of a budget behind us. The first time we've gone to different locations like the pub and the church and whatnot, and as well like different actors. It's just been absolutely amazing.
Oh, that phone, boys! Our food is here.
Oh, our food is here.
We might actually do a mukbang.
We're not going to do an ASMR food eating, but now I'm left alone to sort of wrap it on. That's fine. I'll just continue answering the question. Yes, I think Dominic is like the same. Different locations. Actually had a bit of a budget behind us, and we were able to film with some amazing like stage actors, and it was just a completely different feel to the film set. It was just great to work with people that were so into what they were doing, and it was just amazing, really fun experience. Got to meet some great new people as well, like Stephen and like his family and Kathleen, and it was just an amazing experience. But I think for the purposes of this, I'm going to step away from that because as you guys haven't seen Dark Melodies yet, because it isn't out yet. But you do. I don't know if they can even hear the bag rustling, but I can.
See, there's another fun fact when you film. When you see a paper bag on screen, people, it's most often not a paper bag made of canvas for this exact reason. You can hear everything.
Just be quick, just rip out the food.
Baby.
So yeah, what we ended up doing. Wait, what am I saying? What we ended up doing? What am I talking about? Oh yeah. So I think for me,
you were there, buddy.
My favorite film that we've made so far that isn't Dark Melodies. I really enjoyed working on Dust Till Dawn.
Really? The
It
project
was-
I had least involvement
It's
with.
because you wasn't in it. No, I'm just.
Specifically because I wasn't in it.
It was just a really fun film to make. It was very much like your stereotypical zombie film, and I think that was quite fun.
I mean, I agree with you there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is generally a me thing, but I haven't actually watched a lot of the finished results of our projects.
Is that because you're in it?
It's not generally because I'm in it. It's just because
That's shit. No.
I'm sorry. I will not waste my time on the finest film producers. But in reality, I just forget in
Yeah.
general. But I do remember just seeing the promotional material on that one. And I gotta say, it is one of my favorites, at least of what we've done.
Was that Dust Till Dawn?
Dust Till Dawn.
Mm.
I do like it. My personal favorite, though, I've already said, it always changes. Generally, whatever film we're just sort of making, recently, it always becomes that one. As the more things we do, the better we usually get. And the more equipment, obviously, we get, the more experience we get. And it just becomes a fact that, like, oh, just keep saying the newest project we're doing is my favorite. Because it generally is, because we get just the learning experience. We get to use new equipment, new techniques. But in saying that, a project that's probably sort of special to me, was it the first video on the channel, which was our soldier? Yeah.
Yeah. We did that complete one-shot film. I say one-shot.
There's a one-shot film.
A few cuts.
There's two cuts.
Three cuts.
3 cuts.
I every time we talk about it, there's 3 cuts, but there's always one you don't really see.
I feel like what he's doing is he's actually going back and re-editing the video to put more cuts in it to spite me. It's the only way. But generally, like, it's a very good project. As well, I said before, it was one of the first ones where we got to use new equipment, new techniques. It was the first of this channel. And yeah, and you also made me film it on the hottest day of the year, which, by the way, was back in what, 20?
It was 2020 because again,
it was 2020, which is one of the hottest years in general that ever occurred in the UK.
And I felt really bad for you because you in like proper
army full camo gear with like undershirts and everything. We freaked out several pedestrians and dog walkers. I'm pretty sure some old lady was thinking, "Oh my God, the Germans have arrived."
But no, I think that project was really fun to work on. I think as well because it was like you said. I think it was the first one we did the new camera with the Sony A7 II. It was really nice to work on that project, and also because we hadn't seen each other for such a long time as well. It was nice to do that and catch up because there was no lines to learn. It was just a couple of poems you did afterwards, like voiceover.
Another reason why that's my favorite.
Yeah, because
this man couldn't fit a monologue in that one.
But no, it was a very good, quite an enjoyable.
Actually, that's a lie. You made me read an internal monologue.
Yeah, but you could just read it off the script. You don't have to memorize it.
He wasn't that kind going forward.
No. After that, I was like, oh, Luca can actually act. Yeah, that's good. So we've got Dust Till Dawn and The Lost Soldier.
Wonderful.
Oh, yes.
Right, so I'll keep the train going here, just to allow you to sort of pick your food here.
Thank you.
So, and sort of in similar to that one, I'm going to ask you this, because we were speaking about this earlier, and apparently I've forgotten. But what is the first project we ever did together? Because according to you, I'm wrong.
Okay, so Luca will tell you. This sort of what's in the bag. The first project to him that we worked on was a project called Infinity, which, funny enough, was actually on this channel for a while, and then we actually worked with a few different films that was just a bit better. So we decided to get rid of it.
In other words, we were embarrassed of the quality, so we purged it from the internet.
And we never actually finished it.
Yeah, watch us do that in about 10 years with Dark
No,
Melodies.
never. Well, I'm diverging a bit. That's something I always say though. Like, we make a project, we're really proud of it at the time. A couple of years later, we look back and go, "Oh, we could have done that so much better." But I think that's great because then it means that we're improving because we can look back and be like, we could have changed that and done that a bit differently.
But in saying that, you do have a habit
Mm.
of trying to sort of go back into previous projects. It's your George Lucas side of you.
That's Infinity. I keep on saying to Luca we should do a new Infinity, and I've got him to like sign a contract. Not really, but he whenever I mention about remastering Infinity, he always says, "No, we're not doing that," and I appreciate that.
I legally own the film rights to Infinity, so I will sue you.
But without him realizing, I did like Detective in Time, and that was pretty much just Infinity, just a little bit. And I got all because he didn't notice until after we filmed it, and I told him.
He pulled out the rug from me that time.
What was even the question? Oh, what was the first project you did?
Yeah, so that is originally that's my answer.
Yeah,
That's what I remember was doing. Sort of that as we were sort of coming out of secondary school and things.
it was about like year 9 through to year 11, and then we gave up.
We even gave up, yeah, pretty much.
Because the video that we put on YouTube of it, yeah, had like text cards saying, "Oh yeah, it was meant to be a scene, but we just didn't film it," and it was it was too.
IOU equivalent of filmmaking.
But no, yeah, sorry, yeah. First, yeah. So he says Infinity, and I say, I remember. I think it was like year 7 and like to the end of year 8. Me, James, and Alex did a Doctor Who like fan film, and that sounds really nerdy. I've just admitted that live to the world.
Oh, you see any of our projects, you can see the Doctor Who fan film.
But I remember doing that because I remember coming out of school, and it was like we didn't have any props or anything, so we'd still literally be in our school uniform. We'd go around to like my house, go out the back garden with like not even a camera. We'd have like either a phone or a tablet.
I remember the tablet.
Yes.
So you're bringing it back now, unless he's gaslighting me.
Yeah, like it was a Sony tablet in like a black case. Was it Sony? I can't remember, but
You can't even remember.
I remember like we used to do that, and it wasn't scripted either. We turn up, and I'm like, okay, this is the idea, and then we'd wing it.
We still do that.
We still do
To
that.
this day.
Dark Ninjas was completely just we winged it.
There
was no script.
We broke into an asylum,
There's never a script.
and Cole just he has a tendency of he just throws pens at us. And he says, "Do better," until we do better, according to him.
So I think, like, for me, I think I see script more as like a guideline. It's there so people can read it, but if they have like ideas, I think my character should say this. If it's not something stupid, I'll be like, yeah, go for it. But if it's something like really silly, like it's a serious scene, and Luca just says, I don't know, I'm going to buy a chicken now. I'd be like, well, no, because that doesn't make sense.
That's integral to my character. My character's a chicken farm.
Yes.
I haven't know what you mean. I have.
You're the KFC guy.
Listen, the day you make enough money to have me in a white Cadillac, oh my god, I will. I'll kiss you.
Chicken farmer.
Yeah, I will become a chicken farmer.
Just become a chicken farmer.
I will. I am that type of method actor that will research and just own a chicken farm for like 4.5 years, and then say, I think I'm ready for the role.
Okay. Yeah. So the answer to that was our first project together was a very, very bad
Doctor Who
thing, which was on our not old YouTube channel, but our old YouTube channel, which was called,
one before that.
Yeah, it was called Loop Poop.
Oh god, I remember that.
Yeah, you remember Loop Poop.
It's unlocking dark memories of repressed.
Yeah, you can't find that because I got rid of that as well.
We're just challenging people at this point.
Yeah, to try and find these dead YouTube channels that don't actually exist. Where did you see that?
If you find those YouTube channels, I'll give you a bounty of whatever's left in this Five Guys bag.
Even if they find it, there's nothing on there. Okay, my turn to ask you a question.
All right. Hit me.
That was a long one, so let's do a bit of a easy one. If you could only watch one genre for the rest of your life, what genre of film and why? Also, before you answer, I just want to say real quick, anyone that's watching, if you want to just whack in a question in the chat, go ahead and we'll answer it. If we can. Keep it light, no maths, please.
Oh no, we will answer it. It will be wrong, but we will answer
Yeah, we'll answer it. We can't guarantee if it'll be right. Okay, yeah, so any genre of film that you can watch for the rest of your life and why?
it.
So I'm gonna rule out subgenres.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah.
Why would I get specific in this? You want to be as broad as possible so you can watch the most amount of movies.
Well, I mean, let's do one with subgenres and then we'll do one without.
Right, if I'm going to be boring, okay, I'll say action. Because you know how many.
Come on.
Do you know how broad action is? I've basically got still 90% of movies. However, in saying that,
You can watch Die Hard, the Christmas movie, because that's an
I
action
do
movie.
love Die Hard, the Christmas movie. I will fight anyone in this chat who says otherwise. I'm getting into an off tangent again. But yeah, if I was boring, I'd say action. But however, I probably lean towards something like sci-fi. Because genuinely, some of my favorite sort of projects ever is sci-fi. And I know you excluded subgenres. However, certain movies can be multiple types of genres.
True.
So
true.
I still have stuff like Alien. I got stuff like Star Wars. I'm not really into Star Trek, but I have the option available.
The
to
option.
me. And it's saying that with shows, I got Silo, which anyone who hasn't seen Silo on Apple TV, this is not a plug. Oh my god, go watch it. It's amazing.
We're not being sponsored.
But if
Too good for
Apple
that.
does want to sponsor us,
Yeah, please, if Apple's watching, out of the few people that are watching, Apple, please
sponsor us.
sponsor us.
It's funny as well as you literally bought an Apple Watch, not an Apple Watch, a Galaxy Watch and phone recently.
Yeah, and I don't want them to sponsor. I want Apple.
Apple, we will do another live stream new Galaxy Watch and phone.
If you need a new phone,
if you
if you just sponsor us,
we'll do it for the bit.
Yeah.
I'll probably go for sci-fi. I've just like sci-fi as just a genre in general. Obviously, being raised on Star Wars helps a long way in that. But like I said, like just going through the different subgenres, like 2001: Space Odyssey, it was wild. I mean, like it is unrelated, but the Blu-ray is in front of me currently.
Men in Black.
Not Men in Black, but again, sci-fi. But yeah, sci-fi comedy.
Okay.
But yeah, you go ahead. What is your favorite genre, and why is it horror?
Western. No.
That would have been wild. He would
have been wild, like the Wild West.
Oh God.
We're getting comedy in here, guys. No, yeah. You got me. It's horror, of course. Of course, it's horror. I like horror because there's, like you said, there's a lot you can do with it. You can have subgenres, but I said not subgenres, but even then, horror is just like that was pretty neat.
It is, I feel, an underappreciated genre.
Yeah,
just anything to do with the Academy, and then you'll realize because everybody hates horror in that way.
Because you've got good horror films, right? And then you've got bad horror films that you can just watch and laugh at. So there's your comedy. And then you got sci-fi horror, like you said, like Alien.
You got black comedies.
Yeah.
So exact same time you hate Jordan Peele.
I don't hate Jordan Peele.
He detests Jordan Peele.
I like his stories. I'm not a big fan of his director.
Hates Jordan Peele.
Swiftly moving on. Yeah, no, horror would be probably my go-to.
What was the first horror movie? We don't have this written down. This is an off-the-cuff question. What was the first horror movie you can remember?
That's a good question. I think the first horror movie I remember watching is probably Final Destination 2.
Oh, that's a good one to start with.
Because my brother said to me, he said, you don't want to watch the first one because it's terrible. He said, go to 2.
He's correct.
That's the best. He said, then 3's really good. On the DVD, you get to pick your own path. And we watched 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. There's 5.
Oh,
I've still not seen the first one.
There's about 7, I believe.
Oh, I think I may have only seen 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this is why I said no maps. But I've still never seen the first one.
Wow. And
Yeah.
to this day, you will never will.
No, it's like a pack. What about you? What was the first horror film you
First horror film.
ever managed to?
That's difficult because my brain is scrambled eggs. So,
It's not a horror film.
well, if you look inside my head, it is. I really can't for the life of me remember. I mean, obviously, I am cheating and saying Monster House horror film. That is basically a horror movie for children. It's an actual horror film. Resident Evil doesn't count, does it?
I mean, it's still classed as horror.
It is classed as horror. So I do remember watching, I think it was Resident Evil 2, Raccoon City, on the TV with my family. And my mum forcing me to pull the covers over my head every time a little bit of horror came on screen.
I think that's scarier.
That is scarier.
See it, because then you're imagining it.
Oh, dude, it was a thin blanket. I could see everything.
Okay.
But yeah, no, sort of after that, I think my first actually generally great horror movie I watched was Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, you started off with a nice schlocky sort of horror movie.
Yeah.
I started off with Trauma, and that started a rabbit hole for me after that. I then sort of went on Silence of the Lambs. I watched Conjuring, Insidious, don't bother with the sequels. Then I watched The Witch.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, anything A24, even if it isn't labeled horror, and I better see people on Christmas Day watching Nosferatu. You can bring the figgy puddings with you in the cinema.
Talking about trauma in horror, I remember he's going to hate me saying this, I think he's watching it, but I remember my dad saying, "Have you seen Saw?" I said, "No."
That's funny, because I've never seen a single Saw movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You can at least watch the first one.
That's fair.
I can't remember how old I was, but my dad was like, "Have you ever seen Saw?" I said, "No." So he puts it on, draws the curtain, so it's like nice and dark. So you're watching it, nice and atmospheric. Whacks up the volume. We're watching Saw, and what gets the first one? Fine. Puts the second one, which is a bit more like gore and whatnot, and he falls asleep. And I'm just sitting there, like, kind of shitting myself. I was kind of scared of what was going on, because I was kind of young, but not like young. And yeah, Dad fell asleep. And then he woke up at the credits. I was just sitting there. He goes, "Did you not turn it off?" No, he didn't. He goes, "That was a good film." And I was like, "You fell asleep right in the beginning of it."
That was a very bad response.
That was a very bad response. They pretend that they've seen everything, and then when you ask them a question about it, they're like, "Yeah."
No, it's not even that. When you say you fell asleep and they just lie and they're like, "No, I didn't." What are you talking about?
I was wide awake. Okay.
Let's actually ask the questions that the people want to do. Oh, all right. Let's read this one.
Ask me a question.
Now, I'm gonna go more away from film.
Okay.
And say, what do you do in your free time?
This.
What are your
what is free time?
So you think he's joking? He's not. This man is a workaholic.
I don't get paid for it.
You don't get paid for it. He's a workaholic by a masochist, self-inflicted thing.
I can't sit still.
I genuinely, it might be ADHD. I mean, it's likely ADHD.
I was at home today and I had the day off. I thought, I don't need to do anything. I just submitted my last bit of uni work. I thought, I'm going to go watch a film. I'm sitting there watching a film. I go, I should be doing something more productive than watching a film. So then I started going through our next project of things I needed to do for it. And I was working on doing that. And then the film ends. And I went, I barely watched it because I was busy doing something else.
You were busy making your own film.
Yeah. And it's horrible because I can't just not do something because it annoys me. I can't just...
But that's the thing. It's the two extremes. I believe, personally, I have a hobby of enjoying film. You have an obsession with film. I've had to tell him, for the love of God, take some time off. Because he's told me, by the way, this isn't a job. He is not getting paid for this. Except for his uni stuff. But told with his personal stuff when he's just like, "Oh, I just got done editing and I had like 4 hours of sleep." And he's like, "Oh, you're not doing anything. So why are you doing? What are you doing?"
I feel better at that though,
Yeah, you do feel better.
because then Charlotte sends me to bed. She'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Editing." She goes, "No, no, go to bed."
He needs someone to manage. Otherwise, he will be a living corpse.
Pretty much. I mean,
That could be our next project. Boom.
yeah.
We did it.
No, okay, real answer though. What do I do in my free time? I paint. I take up painting.
I gotta say though, that's one thing I admire about you. You take a lot of hobbies that I would be too sort of scared to take up myself.
I kind of like taking up baking in a way as well. I really enjoy baking, but I think that's because, and I think the same like with really like doing films. I need to do something that gives me joy, but something that I can also give to other people to give them joy. So like with the films, people can watch it, get entertainment out of it, and with the baking, I can give people food and be like, "This is how I express." I don't want to say affection. I don't want to say love either. This is getting a bit soppy. It's like
He does lick his lips both when he's filming and when he's baking. It's very disgusting.
No, but I don't know. It's just a way of being. I don't know. I like people happy, and I feel like filming and baking. Painting is more of a. I like painting. I can't draw. I'm not creative.
You don't need to be master or anything.
I just kind of like finger paint. What do you do in your spare time? Let's get the spotlight off of me.
Don't put it on me, because if you do, you see a massive amount of Lego in this room. So that is a big passion of mine. I love Lego. And my wallet doesn't. I'm going to be for real. But huge passion ever since I was a kid. I feel like anyone I talk to who sort of into the sort of hobby always says, "Oh yeah, I kind of tapered off like when I was a teenager, but started getting back into it when I started becoming like a young adult." Yeah, I just never stopped. I hit it more as a teenager, where everyone was like, "Oh, that's so nerdy," and stuff like that. But I went into my room and immediately laid on my bed made of Legos, my floor that was covered in Lego. But my other hobbies include, like I said previously, film. For me, not an obsession, but I both enjoy or say love. I love making them, I love watching them, I love talking about them, I love learning about them. I've more sort of delved into sort of specifics in film as well, such as prop making. So again, we get subgenres of hobbies, and it's just a thing I'm just really enjoying recently, and I'm making my own props, which works out for the both of us.
Yeah, it's like the use and things was making it. I came and helped, but my version of helping was I stood there.
You got to put the music
on. And I was just DJ and just let him do what he needed to do and just kept him confident.
Why you were saying as well how you were kind of scared of the store.
No, I'm a very manly man. I'm not scared of stores.
He came in with the shortest jean shorts you've ever seen, and he had tear-off sleeve lumberjack shirt. Oh my God, you should have seen him.
Yeah, I was like, and then the muscle suit deflated.
We're joking about that, but I'm getting that for Christmas. In the middle of winter as well.
In the middle of winter, you can have sleeveless sleeves.
But my other hobbies include games. I'm very much got into PC gaming recently. As part of my job as well, I've set up my own home server. So I'm doing a myriad of things, including all my other previous hobbies combined with that. So just my own sort of media streaming service that I'm setting up currently. Those are all the sort of bits about me. Next question.
We're a couple of very, very interesting people.
God, we're nerds.
Yeah, we could have said in our spare time we'd like to be nerds.
We like to get beaten up in our free time.
Okay, cool. Right, let me find the question and get rid of it so we don't repeat it. Because who wants to hear us talk about that again? Okay, no, we're getting there. We're getting there. Right. I like this one. Out of the two detectives, which one would win in a duel?
Now I'm gonna counteract that one by saying, who would die first? who would monologue the longest? And then just go. I would probably say me, would likely die first, and monologue the longest, because a certain somebody, as the detective first, realized that monologues are very annoying to learn, especially when you read the script on the day 5 minutes before you do the actual shot,
But that's not my fault because I sent you guys the script and no one read it,
including yourself.
including myself.
So instead, he thought, I'm going to pass the mantle to old Luca here. So then I can write longer monologues because I don't have to read them myself. And then bingo bango, I died. And guess who came back after?
I did.
He couldn't stay out of the limelight forever.
I just wanted another shot at it. But then I also I had a new coat that I thought would be great.
I love that. You could have given me the coat.
You did have the coat.
I did have the
but
coat.
I also wanted to wear my
Not
own
only
coat.
stole my name, he stole my body and clothes.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you stole my clothes.
It isn't.
For filming.
The amount of times we just kind of wear each other's clothes on set and accidentally end up wearing it to our homes and be like, oh, by the way, I still have your coat.
Yeah, that's happened.
It's a shared wardrobe.
Quite a lot. Yeah.
I gotta say more often than not, I'm stealing clothes because I don't have any.
Yeah.
I'm just cold.
So okay, right. That's your thing for your one. You think you could monologue?
I think I could monologue the longest.
Okay.
I want someone in this chat, as almost film obsessed as Cole here, to go through both projects and see who has more dialogue.
I have more episodes. Oh no, actually, because you're the culprit in the first series. To be fair,
I can also say by a mile, I have the most deleted scenes out of anyone in all of the project we've ever done.
That is true.
I am the corpse for terabytes of media that will never see the light of day.
Yeah. Okay, right. So you can out monologue me, and you say you can die fast.
I could die quicker. Do you agree with that?
So does that mean I technically just my detective wins because you'll just die quicker than I would?
That could mean you kill me. Like you're more homicidal than me.
That's true because if you look at our detectives, I feel like my one's quite violent. He just sort of fights things. Like his season finale was a massive battle.
Yours is definitely more quick to the trigger than me.
Which is weird because you're the bad guy.
Yeah, which is funny because I was originally the bad guy who caused genocide on a universe scale. And then when I became the detective, I was like killing the wrong guys.
Yeah.
You want a strange 180 sort of character.
Well,
yeah, I do think you would definitely just shoot me mid monologue. Okay, I wouldn't even.
You just start talking about. I don't have time for this. No, but then I feel like my detective as well probably wouldn't try to kill you instantly.
We're getting in the realm of fan fiction here. We've answered the question.
We've answered the question. Did we? Who would win? Me. Let's go with me.
Who knows? The audience definitely isn't winning. All right. Now, keeping the festive spirit here, what is your favorite Christmas dessert? And there is a wrong answer.
Why is there a wrong answer?
I don't know. It depends on your answer here.
Favorite Christmas dessert? Well, that could be a whole wide range of things. Are we going with like specifically the only things you'd eat at Christmas? And you,
I'll set up the guidelines. Christmas dessert.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be traditional. It can be just anything you have after dinner. It can be personal to you, or it can be just what can be considered a dessert.
More turkey.
That's seconds, not a dessert. You have to at least put cream on it to make the dessert. Does it go with all foods? I just meant the turkey.
Okay, right. Okay. I like a mince pie, but I wouldn't necessarily have a mince pie straight after. What we do is we have our Christmas lunch.
Yeah.
And we go and like mess around with board games and stuff afterwards. And then we'll have like cheese and biscuits with pudding, you know. And normally there's a meringue.
Oh, I do like good meringue. Do you have a plain meringue though? Or is it like a meringue cake?
Well, what we do is we'll have like a plain meringue and then we'll cut it up and then you can put whatever you want on it. However, last year I made a meringue and I did it with like black forest, like black cherry pie filling. with
I think I
cream.
do remember you sending me a picture of that. It did look very delicious.
It was a mess, like a bowl. So I just served up like this mess. But no, that was quite nice.
It don't look. It doesn't need so many
No,
little
it doesn't.
kids.
And it did. I like meringues. I'm going to do a favorite festive Christmassy dessert meringue.
Very nice. Now, in saying that, you did actually have a pretty good answer. And do you also like meringue?
Oh,
But the wrong answer I was hinting was I was going to say traditional. Oh god, what's it called? The traditional Christmas pudding.
just like the normal Christmas cake.
The normal Christmas cake.
That's nice.
Excuse my language, but there are some things the British just can't do well, and that is cooking, and that is a prime example in my opinion.
Where's the my language?
I was gonna say something, but then I thought that would be a little good, but it does taste like ass. It's awful,
There it is.
and there's a whole reason you need to set it on fire is to burn off some of that bad flavor, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't burn off that flavor. It just like burns off some of the alcohol.
Oh, sorry, it burns off the good flavor. There you go. It burns off the alcohol. It'll make you forget what you're eating.
No, I think I like Christmas pudding.
Look at him over here defending the Christmas pudding.
It's brandy
Sorry.
in a cake. He's
That
spatting.
was-
See, he's now spitting at me. This is how like insulted he is.
Because I was fries, not because I'm getting mad at you.
Okay, next question.
Hey, I didn't even get on. Hold on.
Oh, did you not? I really said
No,
meringue.
you bulldozing.
Oh, I was thinking it's half the question. So we'll do that one next.
So my favorite Christmas pudding in general
Uh-huh.
would probably be
Christmas pudding.
Christmas pudding. So my sister usually sort of does the Christmas dinner. That's my mum. We usually have like a different themed cake every year. And I believe last year it was a one of the rolls, or the sort of logs.
Oh yeah, like a Yule log.
A Yule log,
Mhm.
sorry, yes, Yule log, and it genuinely was delicious. Classic Yule log, so just very simple, just cream, chocolate, a little bit of cake as well, and I believe it had a cherry filling.
Oh nice.
I know we both had cherry.
I thought it's like cherry pie.
It's good. It's good, and I like it a lot. And there's another thing; it's less of a dessert, more of just a snack. But I love macadamia nuts. I love macadamia nuts at Christmas.
I don't think I've ever had them.
Get out.
Okay. Game over. Bye guys. No. I'm gonna have to do the next question because I did delete it, but I don't know what it was. If you could have dinner with a famous person,
I think it's because we're eating, we're just getting all the food questions.
I think it is. Yeah, if you could have dinner with a famous person, who would it be? Why? And what sort of stuff? It's gonna be like a history, like an actor, whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I might think about that one. I don't know, I just feel like any sort of comedian just have a fun story and they'd make it interesting. Like Robin Williams, I feel like would be a blast to have it. It just turned into the scene from Hook where they have the food fight with the imaginary food.
Yes, that was a great one.
But yeah, that'd probably be my pick.
Okay.
So yeah, don't need anything to think about it.
Okay, I think my pick would probably be. I'm trying to be quirky, someone from history.
Say like Napoleon or something. Just have a very awkward conversation and broken French.
Alexander Hamilton, but it is Lin-Manuel.
Okay, so you just want to have dinner with Manuel Miranda.
No, I'm joking. No, thank you. Unless he's watching, I'll have dinner with you, man.
He hates Hamilton.
I love Hamilton. I love. I'm
He
a sucker
does
for
actually. When he
musicals.
watched Hamilton, he kept just singing songs to me. He would call me, start a full conversation, and then morph the conversation into the lyrics of the music.
I can't remember what I did, but you were walking home and I rang you and I was like, Luke, you forgot something. You know what I forget? And I started singing and you were like,
I think you said, "Yeah, I forgot a glass," and I was like, "I didn't bring any."
I was like, where's the glass of the revolution?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was it. And you were like, I hate you. Just hung up.
I was like, to call me about 15 minutes after I had left your house. That's what I mean. We're going to watch Hamilton together.
No.
So yeah, so let's
So, yeah,
get Manuel
famous
Miranda
person.
off the table.
Off the table.
Who is on the table?
Who's on the table? I would quite like to have dinner with David Tennant.
Really?
Not because like I would say Peter Capaldi,
I was gonna say
but
that
that's
is
just
your
no answer for me. So I'm going to go with David Tennant. I think he would be a laugh.
David Tennant. He is a good
I
laugh.
feel like he has a lot of stories you could tell.
Any sort of behind the scenes,
Yeah.
which is David Tennant. I always see. He just genuinely seems like a
You
great
said I
person.
deleted some of the question, and now just says, if you could have dinner,
I would have food.
I would have.
I would have food, honestly.
Right. Oh, we're getting there. We're nearly done.
So I think we've given up and just choosing them at random. We're going for chronological.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll ask you here. What is the big three Phil Workflow projects? To be fair, I don't even know what that's referring to. So you can elaborate for everyone here.
I'm guessing.
You're guessing. You wrote the question here.
Nothing about the questions.
Oh,
This is
that's
the
true.
interview.
Yeah,
There was one earlier. I actually had to ask him what it meant, so I didn't understand the wording of it. I'm an idiot. Okay. So the biggest projects we've done, I guess.
I would assume so.
Mm-hmm.
So from biggest to least biggest.
To least biggest.
Well, it's a bit biggest to then less big and then lesser big.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to people. It is likely going to be our most recent project, our second most recent project, and our third most recent project.
I think you're right. Okay. Biggest project, yeah, Dark Melodies. That was our other biggest project, Detective in Time.
Which one?
Well, I just mean as a whole.
Oh, as a
because
whole,
that was massive, wasn't it? Like we did 3 seasons.
And there is a reason why we're no longer doing anything season or show. It's killed everything. Mostly you, because again, you have an obsession.
Yeah, when you're producing stuff,
that's the thing though. You're a one-man show almost.
Yeah.
You are Neil Breen. You're crediting yourself for everything. You're a producer, you're the editor, you're the sound mixer, you're all that jazz. I am the best boy.
Yeah, well, he's the best boy. I mean, that's why I'm glad that Charlotte's now like on board with helping out with stuff. I started to do the producing, which I don't like. That's my least favorite part. This was the build up to filming.
There's a lot of anxiety
because it's that like excitement of filming, but then there's nerves of what something goes wrong. Anyway, yes, so it's Dark Melodies, Detective in Time, and Agent 87.
Right.
The 3 Agent 87s, because it's very different.
And it won't be long until the next one will overtake all of that.
Yes. Okay. Do you agree with that?
I would agree. Obviously, I would. I'm the pretty face. I said I'm not the sort of helps with too much of everything else. But yeah, I agree that too.
Okay, so we are going to go for both of us. So I'm going to go you first.
All right.
Name individual experiences that you found most
challenging. Oh, most challenging. There's a lot. We did discuss this partially earlier, and I do believe there are certain topics we are not allowed to say. I believe we go for this 2 different directions. I mean, there's injuries because we've injured each other.
Yeah, we could just make a whole hour-long video.
Yeah,
on how we've injured each
you
other.
definitely have worse injuries than myself. In that, like I've gotten worse. It's just general fatigue. I did think I pulled a muscle in my leg. All the time. I bruised my thigh badly and lost soldier.
Yeah, you did that slide. You have to do it like 3 times.
That just messed up my thigh for a couple days. Other than that, you full on had like a back injury. That got infected. But I'm not speaking from that aspect. So
that's when you do your own stunts.
Most challenging one, I guess, would be the stunts in that. I know a lot of the sword fighting we do, because this isn't advice for anyone. I feel don't do this, but if you're going to use real metal swords, generally don't, unless you have a lot of practice and a lot of sort of choreograph work.
We didn't.
We genuinely don't do that. It's more of a fact that we practice for about 5-10 minutes, see what's cool, and then press play on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
that has led to several injuries. Obviously, nothing too serious. There's been cuts, bruises. Sword did disintegrate at one point.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you remember. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of challenging on that. In terms of shots, actual sort of cinematography, I assume, there hasn't been sort of much we've taken risks for, really.
Climbing up trees.
That'd be the sort of closest there.
Oh, wait, I do remember one actually.
Yeah,
were
yeah,
in the van building. Just talking about like cameras and stuff. Camera on the tripod. Do you remember I went in the water
yes, so
and you were holding it and you went over?
yes, so I basically held Cole's very precious and expensive camera over a pool of very disgusting stagnant water,
Which I was standing.
which he was standing in with no wellies, by the way. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking for him. More enjoyable for me seeing his racketness. But yeah, it's sort of the most sort of challenging shot I've done, sort of keeping it up above water. But yeah, no, what you sort of have to sort of answer
Risks, isn't it?
risks or challenging shots we've done.
I think sometimes it's a challenging thing. You turn up to a location and you can't then use that location, and then it's really difficult to quickly think.
Working in public locations like that is very difficult.
It is. I think
as well, like with stuff like we've done recently with Dark Melodies, we've got more actual proper set locations that we've specifically scouted.
So we've not had that problem.
Out to film, so yeah, we've not had that problem. So
it's just been really nice.
If you're doing things like in the filming, you have got to keep that in mind, especially if you're filming in like more public locations. Obviously, it's a bit different if you're just in the middle of nowhere in the woods or like, but there are definitely chances where you just have a family just walk in the background, or dog just run in mid-scene.
I think two of the most risky things we've done. I mean, one of them is just an injury that I'd like to talk about.
Yeah,
because it's fun. No, it's not. It hurt. We were filming for Morning Shift, which was on the channel. Shameless plug. Go give it a watch. It was okay. I think it's on the channel.
It's not.
So it might still be there. It might not. Who knows? We were in this tunnel.
That's what's coming back to me now.
Fight. And Greg was using like this chain.
Another thing I also said: don't use actual weapons.
Don't use actual weapons. Use like LARP stuff. I mean, that's what we're doing for our next project.
Yes, we are getting progressively safer. Slowly.
Yeah, Greg was like swinging this chain, and you were gonna like duck under it and like tackle him. But what happened was I was using the viewfinder of the camera. I can't see. I was doing the viewfinder of the camera, and I got a bit too close because you could the time to ducking to move back.
So essentially, what was happening? Greg was swinging a chain, and instinctively, I tried to avoid getting hit by a large metal chain, and ended up backing into Cole, which I didn't realize was standing behind me.
So
and my head whacked into the camera, which then went right into Cole's eye socket.
Luckily, there was no like damage on the eye. It hit the nose as well, and it was.
There's a reason why they make those viewfinders.
Yeah, I remember because I was kind of went and you were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, it's fine. I was like, "It was my fault. I was too close. I should have zoomed. I was like, I'm an idiot. It's fine." But it really hurt. That was kind of risky. Again, risk using actual weapons. Don't do it.
I feel like that's the takeaway.
Yeah, just don't. Just be smart in the way.
Sort of moving up, sort of in the questions. I believe we're getting close to the end.
We've got 2 questions left. I'd like to leave that one for last.
Yes, of course.
Because that just seems like a good contender.
I'd say I'm going to change this one a little bit actually, because this is my live stream now. Right. I am the captain.
He's the host. Where's your jingle? We need a jingle.
We don't need.
We need a jingle.
I'll throw you downstairs. That'll be a good jingle. What is the biggest inspiration in films?
What's my biggest inspiration?
Biggest inspiration, yeah. There's going to be a specific filmmaker. We've already done genres. I'm going to see if we get more done with specific filmmaker or style of film.
Okay. My biggest inspiration for film, you guys might not know
Oh,
because he's not an actual film. Well, he is a filmmaker. But
I
he's not.
swear to God, if you say yourself,
Me, I inspire myself on a daily basis.
Miles.
No, I'm joking.
Wondrous, man.
You know, my big brother, Leighton Miles, who played Jack in Detective in Time, he is my biggest inspiration for filmmaking because
sweet.
when I was in primary school, him and his friends would go out, shoot films, edit them, and then he would come back and show us like, the films he's made. And it was really inspiring and like a lot of fun. So I started going out and doing it with my friends, like making films and stuff. Like first film I made was on a Nintendo DS, and it wasn't edited because
Oh, we're gonna bring. You best believe we're bringing that back. We are bringing the classic
bringing back
3DS.
I still have the 3DS.
He does. We use it as a prop in it was Detective in Time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
We use it as a background prop, Detective in Time, and it turns out after we did this in what 2022, 2021?
21.
21.
Mm.
It still had charge, and I'm pretty sure I asked you if you hadn't used it in like a decade.
Yes.
Which is probably an exaggeration,
Probably.
but the thing still had charge.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Wild.
But
yes, another tangent, but yeah, you'd say.
Yeah, no, yes. My brother, he inspired me because he made films and it made me want to make films.
That's really sweet.
And then
And I can ape on that because I can also say that my older sister did also do media projects.
oh, cool.
But I was also a young'un, so that's sort of less inspired. I only really started getting more into film as I grew into like 13, because I was the type of child that would watch the same crappy movie. My mum would buy at like Tesco's over and over again and rewind my favorite parts over and over again and just torture my family. In saying that, my biggest inspiration for just films and the like for that would, I'm not going to be pretentious and say Alfred Hitchcock because it really is. Yeah, I'm not. I love Robert Zemeckis. Because Back to the Future movies I watched quite young. My sister introduced it to me as well. I think that was really like kind of the first time I really like appreciated. It was like, wow, these movies are like really good. Like, I'd watch good movies and stuff, and like Disney. I love animation as a genre. I have no clue why I didn't say that was my favorite genre. It's animation because I do have a deep passion for animation. So in saying that, I do like the frozen head in the castle with the which is everything he did for the whole landscape of animation. Perfect, really.
Also, no thank you for what his company's
for
gone on to do
how
now.
the company has recently turned out. God, no. I'd more say it would be anyone from like Stop Motion and Aardman. Of course, we're both British here. We both love Wallace and Gromit. So yeah, I'd probably say any of those three. Sort of Aardman, love Robert Zemeckis, George Lucas.
What's your favorite Wallace and Gromit film?
My favorite Wallace and Gromit film. Ooh.
This isn't a question, though. I'm just
yeah. We're just having our own fun here now. I do like The Wrong Trousers.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Feathers McGraw. In cinemas soon.
Yeah. It's a great bit with the name.
Oh, it's so good.
That's like you said, Wallace and Gromit, and that is instantly where my mind goes. Is yeah.
You as well, Curse of the Were Rabbit, the actual theatrical.
So great.
Oh, beautiful. I'm going to watch that.
I'll be there in an hour. Because an hour? I can't wait an hour. Sorry. Final question.
Now, were you going to do references for the rest of this?
Yes, I'm going to be talking like all the chickens out of Chicken Run. And you guys have
I love Chicken Run.
Great film.
I've never seen The Great Escape.
I wouldn't recommend. I wasn't with that sequel. It was all right.
Yeah.
It was comedic.
Most people.
But it was kind of average.
It was a bad sequel. It was an unnecessary sequel.
Yeah.
I'd say.
But final question. Final question is from
Why you should have the soundboard.
why we needed the soundboard.
Yeah, what is
next? Well, let me tell you, Luca. I'm not going to tell you.
if I don't already know?
I mean, yeah, you already know because I talked a lot about. So I'm not going to reveal what it is. I'm going to reveal. I'm going to be revealing what our next project is next month.
Oh,
So
so stingy.
Well, I'm going to be revealing what it is. Synopsis. I'm going to give you a hint. You've already had a few hints. I'm going to go over the new hints.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know about you. I don't know what hints this project.
You know everything about it. Okay, so it's set to Christmas. So it'll be our first like Christmas film. It's estimated to be over an hour long, like an hour 20 to about an hour 30. So it's going to be our first feature length.
It sounds like you're describing the features of the DVD on the back, I guess. Yes.
But no, it's not
PG-13.
It's cool.
E for everyone.
There's going to be caves. Well, you guys have seen the caves on Instagram. There's caves. We're going to begin production.
We're going spelunking for this one
in May 2025.
All right, I feel like that's a good one.
That's good. I can't say anything else about it.
It's a movie. It's gonna have sound. It's gonna have humans in it.
I'm stalling.
And caves.
I'm trying to think of something I can say that isn't going to give it away.
If you don't want to say anything else, that's fine. You can keep the people sort of wanting.
I'm just going to say one thing. I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
The ritual of the seven. That's ominous and mysterious enough to be like, that sounds kind of cool. But doesn't have anything to do with the film. You have to find out.
Who knows?
It does. I'm joking. It does. Yeah, Ritual for Seven. That's not the name of it.
There will be monologues.
But
this is the I Met You Saw One project. He's not going to have a single monologue. It's not going to go over on
one-liners. All just using one-liners.
One word throughout this entire project. It's a silent,
silent movie till right at the end where they go, "Oh."
This is where you should have stopped the stream because it's getting to the part where I'm just making up random things.
True. Let's do our outro that we definitely came up with. I didn't tell we didn't come up with an intro. We're just going to like, "Hello." Okay. I need to think about how to stop the stream. Maybe with the button that says end stream. Okay, perfect. Okay, everybody. Well, from me and you, I would like to say thank you very much for joining us for this hour of your lives, which I'm so sorry to say you can't get back.
We hope the audio has been decent, as decent as it might be.
That's true. We also hope it's been entertaining.
As entertaining as the ramblings of two crazy people.
We should have done this at 2 a.m. in the morning so we were very simplified. That would be funnier.
You think that would have made it better?
Oh, no, but we're never watching this back, so it doesn't bother us. Well, thank you all so much for watching. So we hope to see you on our next live premiere, which will be on Christmas Eve, which is a sneak peek for Dark Melodies. We'll also be seeing you again one final time on New Year's Eve for the release date reveal for Dark Melodies. And of course, we'll be seeing you next year in January. We're going to be seeing you in January quite a bit because we have a lot of stuff planned for next month.
Oh, somebody call the police and help me. He's trying to making me do these projects against my will.
And with all of that being said and done, goodbye.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I don't know. This is so bad because now it's just okay. Guys. Oh, it comes up with a pop-up thing.